A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant move that has drawn international attention and condemnation, Burkina Faso's parliament has unanimously passed a law banning homosexuality, imposing prison sentences of 2 to 5 years for offenders. This decision, reported late Monday by the state broadcaster, marks a troubling trend as the African nation joins a growing list of countries on the continent that have enacted similar anti-LGBTQ legislation. The amended Family Code, which was initially approved by the military government of Captain Ibrahim Traoré over a year ago, reflects a broader narrative in which LGBTQ individuals are often scapegoated by political and religious leaders seeking to bolster their popularity. Speaking with France 24, Robert Akoto Amofo, advocacy manager at the African regional chapter of ILGA, highlighted the alarming trend of LGBTQ communities becoming the target of political rhetoric in Africa. He noted that leaders often use anti-gay legislation as a means to rally support, portraying homosexuality as a foreign imposition rather than a legitimate expression of human identity. The new law, which takes effect immediately, places individuals in same-sex relationships at risk of both imprisonment and hefty fines. Justice Minister Idaso Rodrigue Bayala, during a state television briefing, referred to homosexual acts as bizarre behavior and emphasized that offenders would face judicial consequences. The government frames this legislation as a reinforcement of marriage and family values within Burkina Faso, echoing sentiments prevalent in many African nations where LGBTQ rights are heavily contested. Burkina Faso's parliament passed this law against the backdrop of a military coup in 2022, which saw Captain Ibrahim Traoré take power amid promises of stability and improved governance during a time of escalating security challenges. However, the junta's rule has not been without criticism. Rights groups allege that the military government has engaged in widespread human rights abuses, including the arrest of dissenters and the imposition of military conscription. Since seizing power, Traoré has adopted a pan-African leadership stance, advocating for independence from Western influence, a message that resonates strongly with the continent's youth. This rhetoric often intertwines with anti-LGBTQ sentiments, as officials argue that homosexuality is contrary to African values and traditions. The international community has condemned the new law, calling it a regression in human rights and an affront to the dignity of LGBTQ individuals. Many activists argue that such legislation only serves to deepen societal divides and perpetuate discrimination against already marginalized communities. As Burkina Faso moves forward under this new legal framework, the implications for LGBTQ individuals remain dire. With the law now in place, advocates fear an increase in violence and discrimination against those who identify as LGBTQ, further isolating them in a society that has increasingly turned against them. The global outcry against such laws continues to grow, as human rights organizations call for a re-evaluation of policies that infringe upon individual freedoms and rights. The situation in Burkina Faso is emblematic of a larger struggle across the African continent, where more than half of the 54 countries have laws criminalizing homosexuality, with penalties ranging from imprisonment to the death penalty. The passage of this law in Burkina Faso not only reflects local sentiments, but also showcases the intersection of politics, culture, and human rights in a region grappling with its identity in a rapidly changing world. As the international community watches closely, the future for LGBTQ rights in Burkina Faso and beyond remains uncertain, with advocates urging for solidarity and support in the fight against discrimination and for the recognition of fundamental human rights for all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.